All right, so here we are on App Sumo, just here on the Moxie page, so I can show you what Moxie is all about and how much Moxie is right now on App Sumo. So right now, Moxie has a lifetime deal going on for $39. This is completely unheard of. This is a low, low, low price for what Moxie actually does. I've had a chance to actually work with Moxie for a couple days, getting a couple things set up. And so far, I love it. And so I just want you guys to have that opportunity to get in at this deal as well. But we're going to go ahead and go through this App Sumo page, and then I'm going to take you on my account and show you exactly what Moxie is all about. So here is the App Sumo page. Like I said, right now it's $39. It looks like the deal is going to end in 3 days. So go ahead and get in while you can. This is just an overview of what Moxie can do. You can manage client projects. You can get an overview of your current and upcoming tasks. You can actually have time trackers on there to track your time. You can change the different views to make it easier for you. It's wonderful. So these are just screenshots of what it looks like in Moxie on the back end. And this right here is the workflow as far as how you can set up workflows, but we're going to go through all that here in just a second. But I just wanted to give you guys the overview of the App Sumo page. Okay, so for those of you who have more than one person in your business and you need more than one seat, obviously you're going to have to pay a little bit more. So $39 is for one seat, meaning that you don't have any team members. Nobody else needs to be in your CRM. But if you need to have other people in your CRM, it's going to cost $99 for a license 2. License 3 is 25 seats, and that's $189. But for me, in my business, all I need is the first tier here, $39. And I think this is an absolute steal based upon what I've seen from Moxie so far. Okay, so here's a note from the founder, Alex King. It looks like there is a upcoming price increase. So after 3 days, it's not going to be a $39 lifetime deal, but it looks like there is still going to be some form of a lifetime deal going on after the 3 days, even though it may not be $39. So yes, it looks like the price of the deal will be increasing on July 31st. So you guys get in here before July 31st to get your $39 deal. All right, so here is the question and review section. And I always like looking at the question and review section before I purchase any kind of software off of AppSumo, just to see, what features this particular software has and if they are responsive to people who are giving feedback, and also obviously the reviews to see if people like it. Okay. And so one of the big things that I look for is the feedback, especially from the founder and from people who work at the company. And I look at all these questions being asked and if they're being answered. Okay. So it looks like the last answer was July 27th, which was yesterday, which is awesome. So they're really quick to respond. Looking at the reviews, they have 39 reviews on AppSumo so far, and it's looking like they have a lot of 5 tacos, and I haven't added in my review yet. So I have a 3 here. So this is for UK people. We have a 5 here. So this looks really good. So I always look at this. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you to my Moxie. And I said I have had a couple days to work with it, but I don't have any clients or anything imported. I'm just now setting everything up. So this is the home base page. You can customize your home base page however you like. I put this on here simply because I wanted to show you guys what the home base looks like and to let you know that there are tutorials to help you get started on Moxie to make things easier when you start moving things over. So I wanted to show you guys this simply because, you can have things here. We have the Moxie Academy, we have the Help Center, we have the podcast, guides for freelancers. In addition to this, there's also a very active Facebook group. So you can go in and ask whatever question you have about Moxie, and it will get answered within 24 hours. I've actually tried it. So if you purchase Moxie, you also have here where you can have the help desk, and you also have the Facebook group as well. So this is what this is all about, just showing you that you do have help. So what I'm going to do now is just do a little brief walkthrough of what things look like on the back end. So I'm going to go down here to my workspace settings, and I'm going to just start clicking and showing you guys some things. So account, my business, that's just generalized stuff, business name, address, all that good stuff. Subscription, how you came into Moxie, whether or not you're on a monthly subscription that you went through their website, or whether or not you have a lifetime deal through App Sumo. And then I'm going to go ahead and skip on to connected apps. So at connected apps, we have different sections here: calendars and meetings, payment providers, accounting, and integrations. And as you can see, they have the Google, Microsoft, iCloud, and Zoom. And then payment providers, PayPal and Stripe for now. And then we also have accounting, Plaid, QuickBooks, Xero, and integrations. They have Zapier and custom integrations. So moving back on down to the workspace settings again, I'm going to look at team members. We don't have any of those. Data import, export. I'm not doing any of that. So we have client portal settings. So if you actually wanted to set up a client portal on the back end, this is where you would do all that. I haven't completely set up my stuff, so this looks pretty boring here. There's not much going on here, but you do have that option to customize your client portal. And then we have the Communicator. And so this is where you add your email account. So I would need to add in my email account here. I've already added in my payment and connected my calendar, and that was fairly simple. So I'm assuming adding the email account is not going to be that difficult. All right, so moving on to form builder. Okay, so I've already made a couple forms, and I'm gonna go on to the sample discovery form, which they already had uploaded. And I just wanted to show you the interface of building forms within Moxie. And it's very simple, it's very intuitive. And so you see, if you have any questions here, you can go ahead and write in your text. You can, have a answer box here for a short answer or long answer. What I'm going to do here is, if I wanted to add in something here, what you do is you just drag it over, and it makes things really, really simple to actually customize this to whatever it is that you need for your business. And you can also change the settings. You can also change the style. I just wanted to mention here, so you've got the email templates you can send off depending on what workflow, what place someone is in within your workflow. So you can do that. You can actually add submissions. So if someone is completing a form on your website and you want them to be added directly as a lead or whatever else it is, you can do that as well. It has a pipeline, which I like. I really enjoy that pipeline, and I was really excited about that once I heard about that. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back down to workspace settings again, meeting scheduler. So it was really easy for me to go ahead and set up a meeting scheduler. Very, very easy. It integrated with Zoom. You just click on this and it gives you all these options here. You also have the option of actually charging for a meeting. And I don't have anything set up for charging, but you can actually do that. So this is very easy. 30-minute meeting, location. I always, obviously put Zoom. You can put a little message there, add the meeting to a connected calendar. So I already have my calendar connected here, so you can go ahead and do that. And then your availability, you can change this. So this is depending on what meeting you have. So each meeting scheduler can have a different schedule if you want. And so this is just the presets that are in here, but you can obviously change this to whatever it may be. You can also add times, like if you needed to split this up between like 9 and noon and then 1 and 4, so that way you have a lunch break, you can most definitely do that. Questions. So if you wanted to integrate questions within your form, you can also do that. So like if you have your scheduler on your website and it's for maybe consulting or whatever else it is, you can ask a couple questions here just to get a feel of the person who's actually scheduling a call with you. Confirmation. So this is where you can send out your confirmation emails 1 hour before. You can do custom 15, 30 minutes, 2 hours. I like that because, people get busy and people forget. So, all right, next, it skips over and just gives you a preview here, but you can always go back here and require a payment and booking. And then at that point, you're going to put in how much money it is and everything else. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that because I'm not needing that. And then we're going to go back down. Okay, so pipeline. So I really like this about the CRM. So I could see what my pipeline is as far as my fractional executive clients, as far as if it's an inquiry, if we've already had a meeting, if we're now doing the proposal meeting, or I've already sent the proposal. I can see all of this within here. And I love this. So we can change the fields. You can do to-dos, stages, obviously. You can add something else in. You can change it here. You can move things around if you like. All right, products and services. So this is where you can add in your products and services for your business. So if you offer consulting, then you can put that in there. If you offer website design or anything else like that, it's very simple to do. So we'll just do a sample project or product. Should have put that up first. Okay, default rate, whatever website is, excuse me, I'm not a website builder. I don't know if that's a good number or not. Okay, and then currency, you can change your currency to whatever else it is, and then you can just save it. So now you have a new product here, and then you can add this to whatever project you have going on. Okay, we have the settings here. So this is where once you get clients in the system, you can start changing things around and saying that, okay, this project has not started, it's in progress, it's needing client approval, or it's done. Okay, templates. So this is a big one here. So you have templates for everything. So agreements, projects, emails, invoices. And I just wanted to show you what this template looks like already here. I don't have any of mine uploaded, but you can go ahead and change the cover image. You can change the fonts. They have a lot of different fonts here. Change the weight. And so this is just generic here. The signatures, I've already added my signature in. Let me see if I can go to another. That was very easy to do, by the way. So I'm going to exit out of here. Okay, here. This actually has, this is a sample that Moxie had in here, and this is what a contract would look like. And you can also have your proposal and your contract in one and, just eliminate things. So you could have your proposal up top, and then you can put your terms down below, and then you have the signature down below, and it kills two birds with one stone. Okay, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to sign here. So I'm going to sign. And I'm going to type my signature. I don't like that font, but that's okay. We can change the fonts here. It can look like that. We can sign and accept. And then it is done. All right. Okay, so let's go on to projects. And you can also have, just like you had different services, you can have different projects. So as a fractional executive, then I, just put in the sample one here that I have recurring services, recurring fees. It's a retainer, a monthly retainer. And, I'm not putting any hourly estimate or anything else like that, but I saved that. That was very simple to do. It seems to be really easy. The interface seems to be really, really good and really easy to pick up on without having to go and watch a lot of tutorials or ask a ton of questions. It seems very intuitive. Of course, with any new platform, you're going to have questions, but it seems very intuitive for someone who has already used a CRM before in the past and already knows that you've got to get certain things set up, but it's just very easy to actually use here. So emails, I've already set up a couple of emails. I haven't completely set them up. This is very, very easy. Putting in the tokens and everything else like that. They had all that here. Invoices, this is going to be the same as far as, putting together stuff. As far as your invoice, this is just a sample invoice that was already in the system here. But this is very easy to set up as well because you can just come in here and you can start editing things. You can put in your own company logo. It looks very professional. I like that. And so we have Pay Now with Stripe. So that's the only one that I actually have set up right now, Stripe. but they have Stripe and PayPal like I showed earlier. Okay, we're going to move out of there. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing down here to show you guys. Okay, workflow automations. I have not done any automations yet because I don't have all my templates and everything together for my my business yet. But the workflow automations, from what I'm looking at, this seems pretty intuitive as well. And I like the way that this is set up. Being a visual person here, I like the way that this is set up on this graph here versus, just lining things up. So me and my visual part and my creative brain, I like this part right here. So it's very simple over here, very simple actions, wait for, send email, send text, send invoice, blah, blah, blah. So we start, add new. It's just like everything else. You can just, drag and drop. You can put a line here if you needed. Maybe if you wanted to put something else down there, you could do that. So I like this. I have not set up the automations yet, like I said, but I'll do that as soon as I get all my templates and everything in. So I'm just going to leave that alone. There was something else that I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys with the home screen. So you can set up your home screen however you like. And this is what this looks like. So I showed you this screen here, but that's just overall home base. If you wanted that, I guess you could have that, but I like having it here. And then maybe once I get clients in the system, it may change up a little bit, but it basically tells you what needs to be done today, what's due this week, what's due next week. You have your calendar here. If I had calls that were scheduled, right here, I have a couple of quick links of some things that I've already made. So a quick link to my meeting scheduler and client portal. So when you do have clients within Moxie, you have that option of giving them access to the client portal so they can see all of their documents and you guys can communicate that way. So this is the actual client portal link for mine. So right here, we have a couple of icons or a few icons. And these right here, you have to hover over before you can actually see what's going on. So we can add a new client, project, agreement, task, time entry, expense, or invoice. And I like this. I like the visuals of it, but it would be nice if we just went ahead and had the words up under it without having to hover over it. Because, when you're new to the system, you're not going to have all that stuff memorized. But that's just really, really small. Okay, calendar right here. This is a calendar. I've already got my calendar set up as far as synced. And, you see what's going on here. I'm pretty booked. And right here, insights gives you a really quick insight of, what's going on as far as money in, money out, what is due, what kind of expenses you have going on with your business, and then how much time you've actually put in for the month and, when you're doing these projects. And I wanted to show you this. I have not used this. I'm not a really big fan of time trackers, but I like that the option is here if I ever decide to want to go ahead and use time trackers, but you can go ahead and start tracking your time. So if you're specifically working on a client and you only have 2 hours today to work with that client, you can start tracking time. And so we can go ahead and start tracking time. You can hit the play button below, but let me see. Actually, I don't have a client or project, so that's probably not going to show up. There we go. So if I hit this button here, actually it's counting and I don't have a client yet. So that's not going to work. I don't have a project yet, but I could probably add in a task or a note or something like that and say that. Okay, yeah, all right, I went ahead and did that. All right, so I'd go ahead and stop that. All right, so clients, these are just, over here on the left-hand side, just another way to get to some of the things that we were talking about down here in your workspace. So clients, if I had clients already, then they would be here. Projects, inbox. I don't have my email set up. Nothing's there yet. The pipeline right here, showing you what opportunities you have and what kind of forecasting you have. So obviously nothing in here, not going to see anything, but I did make a sample business the other day. And this is basically how I did this and what's happening with the sample business. So I have the client name. I can say what stage this client is in, what kind of confidence level I have of closing this client, right? Do I feel really confident that they're going to become a client of mine in the future? How the call go, estimated values. So this is good here because you can see, when you have a discovery call, you have an idea of how much you will be charging that particular client in whatever situation. So you can put your estimated value of what you think that client would be after you close. And then you can also put an estimated close date, description, just a couple of notes, and adding in a to-do. So maybe you had a discovery call and this person was really excited and now you need to go ahead and draft a proposal. So I like that. And this is something that was missing in my last CRM. And then after all that's said and done, once we have some data in here, then you'll be able to see the forecast of how much money that you have in the pipeline, how much was closed, how many opportunities you have. Okay, moving on to accounting, obviously, invoices, but this is how you get to all of that. And then our service agreements, no service agreements or anything in here yet. Timesheets, this is where my 15 seconds came in earlier. Didn't even log that, but that's okay because it was only 15 seconds and it was unbilled and I had nothing. It didn't go to anything. So, but if you are actually tracking your time for clients or whatever else, then that's where that would show up. And then favorites. And so if I had favorites, I haven't favorited anything, but if I had favorites, then I would favorite it. And then this is where the favorites would be. All right, you guys, that is my overview of the Moxie CRM lifetime deal on App Sumo. If you're interested in getting a CRM that seems super intuitive and has everything that you need in it, I would suggest hopping over to App Sumo now and going ahead and getting this deal before the price goes up or before it's completely gone. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. I'll leave the link specifically down below for Moxie on App Sumo so you guys can check it out. And I'll see you on the next video.